What's going on, y'all? My name is Jay, and today we're going to be talking about a little game called The Last Descendant. I have finally put in 20 hours. If I'm not mistaken, I think I have done my 20-hour spree. We've made it. So we just hit 24 hours on The Last Descendant. It says 24 there, trust me. And I want to kind of talk about it now as a looter shooter aficionado, I guess. I love looter shooters. Before The Last Descendant dropped, I was going to binge on all the Borderlands games at the same time. I was just, what everyone else feeling that day, I'd go play. And before that, I was playing marathon runs of Diablo 4, 2, and Torchlight 2, and Torchlight 1. So as you can see, I've been for the past few months, I've actually been off of work, paid leave, while they get ready for my new position, because your boy got promoted, you know what I'm saying? Something light. I'm playing. But, so I just... instead of getting my shit together, like going to the gym or finding a more productive hobby, I was like, I'm just gonna fully immerse myself into every game that has loot ever. And I did that. I did that for, man, it was a very long time. A good few 2 months. And then, out of nowhere, this game that I've actually been not keeping up with, but has known about for years, The Last Descendant, because Nexon was producing it. Nexon is my ex, and I like to circle back and just kind of see what she's up to, right? And like, she was dropping a looter shooter. I'm like, this doesn't even look like a looter shooter. It's the most generic thing I've ever seen, and nothing about it screams looter shooter. Until you play it, and then you shoot something and it drops a gun, and you're like, oh, well, shit, it's a looter shooter. And I would even say it's more looter shooter than Warframe, which is why I am saying I love this game more than I love Warframe. Is that a crime yet? Can you go to jail for that? Did it get canceled? Yeah, I like this game more than Warframe. I think the characters, the Descendants, are really cool. My favorite Warframe was Ember, and that was about it. That's because Ember just like a fucking rock star. So I loved Ember, but I wasn't really a fan of a lot of the other frames and just how they looked and their abilities and stuff that were really cool. Don't get me wrong. As far as looter shooters go, I think Warframe is like the path of exile. It is the pinnacle of doing anything that you think is possible. Warframe will let you do. The Descendant is about as generic as it gets. It just steals from every game. It takes exactly what they do, and it just does it pretty okay. It kind of meshes together really well. I think The Last Descendant does a great job as a looter shooter, bro. Like, it's fire. It's heat. It's heat. It's straight heat. Just because it's like the sum of its parts are done decently. They're not really better than how other games do it. It has the module system from Warframe, and it does not do that better, but it does it a lot easier. I had a hard time understanding modules in Warframe. Here, I'm just like, oh shit, I could probably get this in Warframe now, but I'm not going back because this is fire. I dig this. I also dig another thing about it that Diablo 4, another looter, tried with its like light open world, light MMO aspects where you're in the hub world and you see people and you're out doing quests and you see people. Now, there's occasional times where you will do like an event quest, which is like a side activity, and then people will show up and you guys can do that together. But here, the main missions, which are basically just overglorified defense missions or follow this missions, they're very basic, right? But it doesn't matter. People show up and you get done way faster so you can get to the big dungeon and get to the loots, which is the important. The loots. I don't give a fuck. Hold on. We'll get to story in a second. But, I mean, as far as like missions and what you're going to do repetitively over and over again, I want to frame people's expectations real quick. I want to come back to reality. I grew up with Nexon. I played Combat Arms, Maple Story, all kinds of stuff that they put out. Other MMOs that they have also put out that this game also reminds me about that people probably have no idea about. Nexon's been around the block, and this is a Nexon game through and through. They have perfected their formula or something or whatever it is. And let me lower your expectations. The story in this game is not amazing. The mechanics are not to be innovative. Nexon games are products. They are not made to revolutionize the gaming industry. They are made to make money. So in case you didn't know that, in case that you just didn't know that was a thing, that is what Nexon games are. That is the publisher who, if you like the first Descendant, who your favorite game is in their hands. I'm going to tell you right now, one day it will get bad. That is not today. Right now, the first Descendant is a game I would recommend to everyone. My cousin just downloaded it. He's playing it right now, giving it a shot. So me playing it yesterday. I highly recommend it. I'm just going to this a little bit. I highly recommend it to anybody who is a looter shooter fan, a shooter fan, a light MMO fan, a free-to-play gamer who's broke. This is the best you're ever going to get free-to-play wise. This is amazing. Graphics, beautiful. If you're running on last-gen hardware, I'm playing on a PlayStation 4. Runs like a beaut. Runs like a beaut. Couple places it get chugged up on, and out of my 23 hours it said I think I had 23, 22, I've only crashed twice. Out of the whole 20 hours, I've only crashed twice. I've only crashed 10% of the time. Look, I'm a guy here talking about video games on YouTube. No one ever said I went to school. I was great at math, right? Anywho, like, it's barely crashed ever. Like, just twice. I can live with twice. And even the places where it crashed at, the missions and the things you do in this game are so meant to be repeatable over and over again, because that's where the grind for the loot comes from. You doing repetitive tasks all the goddamn time. That it's like they're just like, oh, I crashed here. I'll be back here in like 5 minutes. Each mission even tells you it's like 5 minutes long, 20 minutes long. The most at the absolute max, and I've never really even seen a mission hit this long, especially if you're playing with people, 30 minutes. The only time missions ever lasted 30 minutes is when I go in and do one of the boss dungeons solo, which I'll do sometimes to test out my build. That way I can make sure I'm understanding the mechanics fully by giving myself a challenge. Like, okay, I lost, let me go back, play with the module system a little bit, upgrade some weapons, and just understand resistances and things like that. So that's the only time a mission takes 30 minutes. If you're playing with people, 20 minutes tops, maybe 22, right? So that's a beautiful thing. I'm basically saying all of this to say, look, if you're a free-to-play gamer, check out The Last Descendant. I think it is a perfectly fine sum of its parts. I think that the first year or so, 2 years maybe, of this game is going to be incredibly fun. I don't think it's going to fall off. I don't. Honestly, I really don't think the first Descendant's going to suck. Nexon is, they're not great, right? But they're pretty good, especially right now, as far as listening to community patches, giving stuff out, little service of life or whatever, little upgrades for 3 hours or 3 days. You get increased gun XP and things like that. They're having a time over there, and everyone else is having a time. You might as well just go and hop on there and just try The Last Descendant out. They're giving out Descendants by just playing the game, by going through the story like normal and doing side quests. You can unlock new, which would be in Warframe frames. You just get them by just playing the game. You don't even have to really farm. You kind of have to farm, but like, it's getting you into the idea of farming for Descendants. So you're going to do this quest, it's going to tell you exactly what to do. 20% drop chance. Some people have to grind for 5 hours. I saw that on Reddit. I played the mission twice and just got the thing. So, you know, it's just showing you there's different times when it comes to grinding for equipment, weapons. It's just getting into the mindset of this game. And once you play this, especially if this is your first like looter shooter, or if this is like your first far away into this type of like genre or MMO, or into this like game about grinding, I think this is a really good place to start because it's very streamlined. It tells you exactly what to do, and you just do it, and it's great. Okay, I cannot sit here any longer and keep bashing him, or not bashing, boasting, bragging, loving, I don't know, loving this game, dude. I'm about to go play some more Descendant. If you did enjoy this video, my little first impressions after 20 hours, hit subscribe. I'm going to be talking about this game a lot. Trying to keep up with its not development, but how it develops throughout the year. I think this is going to be a good year for the game. It's a great start so far. There's already a lot of people making it to endgame and playing through the level 100s and all that. So I'm going to try to get there and then see what that's like. I'll do another video after that. And yeah, my name was Jay. Welcome to the channel. If you did enjoy the video, definitely leave me a like because it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Subscribe if you want more content. If you don't want to ever see my ugly mug again, don't subscribe. But if you didn't mind this pretty face, do hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.